So welcome back to another FIFA 21 career mode topic video. Today we're talking about the things you should do in career mode. This is part 2 in the little series. I did part 1 a couple weeks ago, so make sure you go and check it out. I've got some useful tips in that episode as well. Today we're building on from part 1 and I've got some more useful tips here. If you do enjoy today's video, please leave a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more FIFA 21 content. The last time I checked, subscribing is free, so please do so and help the channel out. The thing you should do in FIFA 21 career mode is decide if you want a strict or easy/loose negotiation setting when you do your save. This is something you'll have to decide at the start of your save. Once you set it up, I don't think there's a way you can change it, so make sure you know what you're doing before you go into it. A strict setting for negotiations is going to make signings pretty hard. You won't be able to sign whichever player you look at. Players might not be coming to your club. They might have grudges against your club and stuff. It's a bit more realistic, so it's up to you what you want to do. If you want an easy one, it's pretty much going to be what you're used to, where if you've got the money, you can pretty much sign whichever player you're looking at. Of course, I'm over-exaggerating a bit, but you guys know how loose negotiations work by now. It's pretty easy to get most players that you want. Strict is going to be a lot harder. It's a new feature added this year, but it's going to be something you need to decide before you start your save. Do you want the realistic stuff or the more loose stuff? A cool feature in FIFA 21 career mode, which came from FIFA 20, is the ability to edit your manager. As you guys know, you can create like your own guy, and you can also put clothes on him and stuff, shoes, all that kind of stuff. So what you should do in career mode is, of course, edit your manager. No one likes a preset manager. Make sure you give him a custom face and stuff. And also during your save, make sure you change the manager's clothes every now and then. It'll just freshen the look up a little bit. And I'm guilty of not changing my guy's clothes throughout a season. I just like the suit with the badge on it. I think it's pretty classy, so I just keep that. But I know a lot of people love to wear the casual clothes and stuff. So every couple of months, maybe once a month, change up the appearance. It'll just keep his look fresh. Another thing you should do in FIFA 21 career mode is choose a preseason tournament. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't like the preseason stuff because it's boring. It's just extra matches that you don't want to go through during a season, and a lot of people probably just skip it. But I would recommend you guys at least choose a preseason tournament in career mode, and I'll tell you why. So pretty much each tournament has its own prize money that you can get after the tournament's done, depending on where you finish, and that is some of the easiest transfer money you'll make throughout the season. If you don't choose a preseason tournament, you have no chance of actually making any money from preseason, which could affect your budgets if you're really tight on cash. But of course, if you pick a preseason tournament, even if you sim all the games like I do, I can't be bothered playing them either. I just sim them all. If your team finishes, pretty well, you can get a couple million there added to your budget, which is going to be fantastic money and easy money to have for not doing anything. So like I said, please pick one and just sim all the matches if you want. It's better than not picking one and not doing any preseason, because you have that chance to make an extra couple million that gets added to your budget at the end of it. Now, the Youth Academy is also another important aspect of career mode, because with the Youth Academy, sometimes you can find young, high-potential players, and that is what career mode is all about pretty much. It's an easy way to sign players to your squad that you can keep for the long run, and they're going to grow into some world-class players based on whatever potentials they have. It's also saving you money in the long run, because instead of wasting money on transfer fees, you're just paying little wages and stuff, and the players can go out on loan, grow, and then come back even better players. So it saves you money, and it also improves your squad at the same time. Now, all Youth Academy players have an overall and a potential. Make sure you check their potentials. You don't want to sign players with a 62 potential. That's going to be useless. Make sure you look for the players that have higher rated potentials. They're going to be the ones you want to look for and sign up to the first team. Make sure you use your scouts. Send them to different parts of the world that are available in the game. There's many different countries you can scout from, and then pick the players that you want to put into your Youth Academy. Like I said, it's going to save you money in the long run. You can make mad profit on some players as well that grow over a couple of years. I know there's people that sell their youth players sometimes for hundreds of millions in the game. So that's another way to make money in the long run. Pretty much the Youth Academy is an easy way to, just improve your career mode saves without doing much. Now, for those people that pre-ordered the Champions Edition of FIFA, you should have a career mode homegrown talent, which should be a promising Youth Academy player already in your save that you can use, and he should have a high potential. So make sure you check that out. I didn't pre-order that version, so I can't show you much, but you might have something if you did. Now, in career mode, there's a thing called a pre-contract signing. That is when you look for players that have less than 6 months on their contract, and you can actually skip their transfer fees and just pay their contract out, and the guy will actually come to your club at the end of the 6 months, at the end of the season, whenever their contract runs out. This is a pretty useful way to sign world-class talent. In FIFA 20 and before, you could sign world-class talent like a De Gea, Christian Eriksen and stuff on pre-contracts, and then within 1 or 2 seasons, even if you have a pretty low-rated squad, you can get all this talent start coming into your squad based on pre-contracts. You save a lot of money and stuff on transfer fees. This year, I think it's a little bit harder because EA did tweak the AI regarding, contract renewals and stuff. So maybe more world-class talent are not going to be available on pre-contracts. But that doesn't mean that there's no opportunities around still in career mode. So make sure you check for players that have less than 6 months on their contract. You can probably use FIFA as well to check the contracts for players and stuff. Sometimes in the game they'll come up as you try and negotiate for players, and take advantage of some of them. You could improve your squad. Now there's absolutely nothing worse in career mode than an aging squad. So my next tip is something you should do in career mode. Sign high potential young players. This is super important for the long run in your save. Also, these high potential players are going to grow into fantastic players with high values and stuff. You can sell them on in the future if you want. Buy them cheap now, keep them around, and then sell them for mad profits. There's plenty of youngsters that are 17, 16, 18 that have high potentials. So they're very cheap at the moment, and you can pretty much check FIFA and stuff for those kind of players as well. And I do recommend grabbing a few of those if you want, because in the long run, like I said, they're going to make you mad money, or they're just going to turn into world-class players that you can use for your own squad as well. I'm sure a lot of you guys look for those high potential signings anyway, but I just wanted to throw this in just in case. So when it comes to career mode, I think this one is important as well. Avoid signing older players. It's because maybe there's a chance that they're going to decrease in overall and stuff. There's no room for them to grow anymore, so you might just get a couple seasons out of them and then that's it. A lot of players in career mode this year, I think, get injured and then they call it quits after their injury. Depends on how old they are as well. So that's something to look out for. But pretty much when you're using players that are 35 or over, you're running the risk of retirements, and they're not going to be as good as the young guys coming through. Their overalls are going to decline, potentials are going to decline. Even though EA did improve the logic for retirements and for old players and stuff, I don't think it's perfect. So like I said, career mode is all about the young guys, so make sure you get some young guys in and avoid signing older players unless they're really that good, because you run the risk of retirements, decreases in attributes and stuff, and that's not good for career mode. Now this one is also something you should do in career mode. Make sure you go into a save knowing if you want to take an international job offer or you don't. It'll save you a lot of time, not receiving those spam emails in career mode. There's a setting you can toggle before you get into the save regarding this. So just check it out and turn it on or off. And if you turn it on, obviously you'll get those emails and stuff. But that's only if you want to manage an international team in the future. That's something important to know before you go into a save. Another cool thing that you should do in career mode is make real players that are available in the game as managers. You can do this through player career. Select a player in player career. It could be a real player, could be a player that you create, and then retire that player, transfer them over to manager mode, and you can use that guy with the real face, with the real name, managing clubs in manager mode. It's pretty cool. It's a fun storyline, and sometimes it's fun because instead of using a created manager, you're using a real guy, and sometimes people want to use real people in the game as managers. So that was part 2 of the things you should do in FIFA 21 career mode. If you've got any tips, leave a comment down below. It could help some people out there. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like for me. Make sure you subscribe for more tips. And please check out this FIFA video. Hit the card in the middle. It'll take you right there. I'll see you next time.